Roll call, please.
Mayor Romanek.
Here.
Commissioner Hewitt.
Here.
Vice Mayor Sui.
Here.
Commissioner Watson. Commissioner Ranello. Absent.
May we please stand to salute the flag? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. This meeting is being conducted in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act of 1975, was advertised, posted, and made available to the public as required by statute. The municipal clerk is directed to include a statement in the minutes of this meeting. Madam Clerk, are there any changes to the agenda?
No, but I just want to mention Commissioner Watson had a scheduling conflict with tonight's meeting, and Commissioner Ranello is not feeling well.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Any presentations?
No, Mayor.
Public comment on agenda items only? Don't see any agenda items to comment on. I will close public comment. Discussion of commissioners. Commissioner Hewitt.
Nothing at this time.
Vice Mayor Sui.
Nothing at this time.
We're trying to make the meet. This is where we talk and discuss things. But there's not much to do. Neither do I. I will now open public comment portion. If anybody would like to address the commission, please come to the podium, state your name, and address your concerns. Please limit your comments to approximately 5 minutes.
Mary Messicare of Millville. It's not a concern, it's actually a suggestion. We do have a training school here, right here in Millville. And since there's been a lot of talk about the Millville Airport and stuff, where a possibility that our city is going to be reclaiming it, why can't we sit there and take one of those buildings and recover it, so to speak, and use it as a teaching element for the airplane industry, for the technology portion, because that's going to be another big thing coming in, which would also give us a leg up, since we have new businesses that are building out, whether it's directly in town or on the outskirts of our town, such as the new golf course. That's one thing. That'll bring in stuff. And just like bus drivers, there's a big demand for pilots, stewardesses, and stuff of that nature. Bring them in, teach them the technology first, and then go from there, possibly then the mechanics, because you're going to need to work on airplanes. As I said, it's just a suggestion. Why not better ourselves? Not only bettering ourselves, but bringing in more industries that would more or less be a little more substantial, and maybe there'd be less conflict of people standing up here griping about certain agencies or businesses trying to come into the city.
Thank you, Mary. And actually, I can allude a little bit to it. We had a meeting today just about that very much. It is true, the city is, we issued our letter of non-renewal to the DRBA, so we are active in searching, but I had a meeting today with the Atlantic County Economic Alliance, and the gist of it is exactly what you said, partnering with industries of the aeromotive nature, and to get training development of aeronautics either here in Millville or coordination with Atlantic City at their airport. But it is definitely a plan or initiative right now. I know Dr. Keating of Rowan College of South Jersey is interested in creating something to help the aeronautical industry here in Millville thrive again. But it is definitely in the works now moving forward. Hopefully to move forward with the Millville City Airport, or Millville Executive Airport, that is now called. So it is definitely forthcoming. It's gonna take some time, but I can only dabble in it right now. But good insight and good fortitude, Mary. Thank you.
Mr. Mayor, if I may,
Go ahead.
real quick. Brock, I'm not the person to do it. Nothing's hidden behind what we did, correct?
No.
Could you explain to the public that's watching just what we did and what the next commission will have to do with this 5-year time period with the airport?
Yeah, the airport remains owned by the city, but is subject to a long-term lease with the Delaware River and Bay Authority, which operates the airport. That lease was approved and adopted by ordinance in 1999. Under the terms of the lease, the DRBA retains absolutely any revenue that's generated by activities within the fenced area of the airport, and also some of the parts that aren't fenced in. The DRBA is a government entity. As such, it pays no ratables at all to the city, so the city receives absolutely no financial remuneration from the airport, and yet the city does have to provide services there, such as construction code services, such as police services, fire services, etc. The way the lease was structured is, if you wanted to cancel the lease, which is a 30-year lease that expires in 2029, you have to give them notice 5 years prior to the deadline, the expiration of the lease. So that's what we did. Had we not done that, then the lease would automatically renew for another 30 years. Now, it's interesting that there are 4 airports that all had a similar lease. All were done at about the same time. One in Newcastle, Delaware, one in Cape May Courthouse, and one in Sussex County, Delaware, which is a small, probably the smallest of the 4 airports. Newcastle issued the first notice of intent not to renew, and then Cape May recently followed suit. So it's questionable whether the DRBA would be interested in continuing to run just 2 airports. Maybe they would, but you know, it's a different situation with only 2, with the two of the larger ones off the table. So we thought it was in the best interest of the city to issue a notice of non-renewal. Now that theoretically doesn't take effect for another 5 years, but it had to be done now, or else we would have lost the right.
Thank you, Brock.
I will close the public comment portion now. Closing comments of commissioners. Pretty much gave our comments already.
Yep.
Resolution, seeing none, I'll ask for adjournment, please.
Make motion?
Second it.
All in favor?